This case, I have to say, was just so upsetting to learn about. A resident in Maysville, North Carolina, called 911 to report a horrible car accident across the street from their home. A truck had been driving 88 miles per hour in a 55 zone down a dark, rural road when it suddenly turned to the right off the road. Then the driver turned the wheel to the left, but overcorrected and ended up driving right past the lanes of traffic off the road, hitting a tree, mailbox, and telephone box before flipping on its side and landing in front of a fence. And when first responders arrived, they came across a horrific scene. The truck was on its passenger side, with the cab almost completely off the frame. Now, the driver of the truck, 22-year-old Hunter Wells, was found pacing around in circles at the site, saying that he didn't mean to hurt anyone. But he had, in a really horrific way. A passenger, who was Hunter's roommate and friend, 20-year-old Charles Cornwall, was partially ejected with his legs sticking out of the back window. He was unconscious and horribly injured, so much so that first responders didn't think he was actually going to make it, but he was airlifted to the hospital. But the absolute worst part of it all is that Morgan Patten was found lying face down near the front of the vehicle, with a part of it pinning down her ankles. And based on how she landed, it seemed like she was possibly ejected through the passenger side window. It was also believed that she wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Now, EMS workers lifted that piece to free her, and while at first she was showing signs of labored breathing, it was in fact too late. At 11:07 p.m., Morgan Patten was declared dead at the scene at just 24 years old. No ID was found for her though, so she was tagged Jane Doe until the next morning when she was identified through her cell phone. And if you haven't heard of this case, I'm sure you are totally shocked and confused, because Morgan was supposed to just go grab a quick dinner at Applebee's, then go to sleep and meet up with Phil first thing in the morning. So what happened? How did she end up there? How in the world did she end up in this horrific crash with two guys that she didn't even know? Well, that's still a question that all of her loved ones are trying to answer.
The initial shock, hearing the Bradford police officer, who was also a friend, tell me first that Morgan was dead, it was so intense that I can remember wanting to punch him, and I'm thankful that I didn't.
Morgan was a big deal, and she still is.
Her story is not over. Morgan's story is not over.